Alright, I gotta run out to pick up some prescriptions for over-the-counter stuff. And I know I probably told you guys about this before, but we have one of those flex cards through my work where my work actually gives me like $1,500 a year. I think it went up for glasses, prescription glasses, co-pays, prescriptions and whatnot. And unfortunately, under the new healthcare plan, for prescriptions over-the-counter stuff like, you know, Allegra, NyQuil, Dayquil, Tylenol, things like that, you have to get a prescription for it from a doctor to get an over-the-counter thing just to get reimbursed. So I got to go get a prescription from the doctor for some NyQuil and Dayquil so that we can get reimbursed for it. But it's kind of a nice benefit to have, to, you know, where my company pays that extra money for the things that we use as opposed to, you know, having to come out of our pockets. Oh, would you look at that? They got the fountains going. Little tidbit of information about those fountains. A few years ago when they put them in, there was a lot of controversy about the water that was used because it's actually the city's drinking water. And the reason they had to use the city's drinking water, even though the fountains are actually in a river, right? I mean, they're right in the river, is the fact that the river had too much algae in it. And if they would have been pumping it up through the fountains to shoot it up into the air, it would have gotten algae into the air and actually made people sick. So there was a lot of stink because not only were there a lot of design flaws, and it took a long time for them to get them off the ground and get them working the right way, they spent a lot of money, and they continue to spend a lot of taxpayer dollars on the water that flows through it, because obviously it's potable drinking water that the city processes and filters just so it can, you know, pump it up into the air and have some cool little fountains downtown. So there's still controversy brewing about the fountains, and it continues to this day, and the fountains have been there for like 5-6 years now. Alright, so I just passed these gas stations going the other way, and now I'm headed back because they were all like $3.55 up here, and then I hit here and it was $3.65. And what's funny is when I was right about where I'm at now, I noticed that sign went from $3.55 to $3.65. So they're changing their prices, and there's a bunch of them for $3.72. So I'm going to try to get back to these ones that were at $3.55 a gallon before it goes up again. Yeah, gas prices, I mean, yeah, obviously overseas they're higher, I understand that. What really upsets me isn't the fact that they're high like they are, it's the fact when they jump like 20 cents in a day. There's no major event that's forcing gas prices to jump 20 cents in one day. So I was able to get gas at $3.55 a gallon. Good thing I got here when I did, because they're just getting ready to bump up the price to $3.65. I'm probably going to be, actually, since there's nobody else filling up, I'll probably be the last person at $3.55 at this stadium. At this stadium, what am I talking about? And then across the street it's still $3.56, so at least there's, you know, some people could stop in there and get cheaper gas. But yeah, 10 cents, half a mile down the road more. Damn motorcycles. Alright, so let's see if I can get it on the dollar. Play my old game, you know? Let's do this. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. Who's the big winner now? Alright, do you guys see the domed building out there with the smokestack? Well, there's interesting stories surrounding that building. That building is actually the remnants of a nuclear reactor at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Most people who have lived here all their life have no idea it's there. Now, it's been long shut down. It was operated for like 2 years back in the 50s as a test facility for nuclear reaction, and I believe for nuclear propulsion. We're talking mid to late 50s as far as when it was in operation. Anyway, the interesting side note about it, it's not listed on any nuclear registry because it's actually on a military base, and then, you know, the military is not required to produce that information. However, during cleanups that happened on the base, because there's a lot of toxic facilities around, it was listed on a manifest as one of the facilities that, you know, they wanted to ensure didn't have any problems. However, as of late, the roof of it has a huge rust spot on it, where it's rusting through the roof, So now, I'm not sure what they're going to do to address it, because there's nothing happened since the mid-90s as far as any of the toxic areas around here. But you've got a nuclear facility that was a nuclear plant, a nuclear power plant in effect, that has a rusting roof. Even though, you know, the inside, the pit, or, you know, the chamber, whatever you want to call it, has been cemented over, the roof's rusting. But a funny story about it, I remember when I was a kid and my stepdad was inside and me and a friend of mine was outside, and I pointed it out because you could see it clear as day right out our back door, because we lived on this hill that kind of overlooks the base there. And I remember seeing it in a book in school that, you know, that was a nuclear reactor. Or, you know, it might not even been the same one. It was just a picture that looked exactly like the dome building with a stack. So I remember telling a friend of mine, you know, hey, that right there, that's a nuclear power plant. And my stepdad, who was inside, heard me and yells out the window, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, that's not a nuclear power plant. In your face! I was right! All these years I was right, and he wasn't. But, you know, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes your kids are right. Oh, God. I wonder how many times Addison's going to pull that one on me. Alright, so I just arrived at school, and before I go in, I want to show you what I just got. I saw this, and the only reason that I even bought this is because I saw it on somebody else's video, and I thought I'm going to try it out myself and see what it's like. And that is the Monster Rehab Energy Drink. And I saw it on Daily Grace, on Grace Helbig's channel. She did a little review of it alongside of a review of some nail polish. I'm going to actually put this on Grace's channel too, the fact that because of her, you trendsetter, you Grace, I bought me some Monster Rehab and I'm going to try it out. So we'll see how this stuff is. I'll let you know later, because I'm going to drink it in class. We'll see how it is. Alright, so it's daylight and I'm already out of class. So just to let you know what's going on, I don't know if you see my eye. Right in the middle of class, my contact just kind of shifted up and just, oh, it's so painful right now. I got the contact out. I've got contact problems lately. So, yeah, so I had to get it out, and my eye's all jacked up, and I can't see out of this side really well right now. So I'm on my way home. I got all the information I needed from the instructor and said, look, I got to go check my eye out. And he's like, whoa, dude, see ya. So now I'm on my way home, and before I go, I wanted to fill you in on what I talked about earlier, and that was this stuff, the rehab stuff. This stuff's actually pretty good. It tastes, what's it taste like? It tastes like lemon tea. If you've ever had lemon tea, it tastes very similar to that. It's got a little bit of an aftertaste. Overall, it tastes like a Nestea lemon tea, or, you know, Nescafe lemon tea, or whatever it is. Nescafe is coffee. I don't know why I said that. So it's not bad. If you ever get a chance, try Monster Rehab. I recommend it. It's pretty good. It's only got 10 calories. That's kind of shocking. Alright, make sure you guys click thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. We just hit 450 subscribers today. So all we need is 50 more, and we're going to have another contest. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for that, because it's the 500 subscriber contest. It'll be here soon. It's going to be exciting. 500 subscribers. That'll be awesome. So make sure you guys also leave a comment down below in the litter box. And today I'm gonna start leaving you guys with a question and have you answer the questions and see what you know, what you guys think out there. Today's question, it will be, are you ready for some football? And I'm not talking about soccer, which, you know, I'm talking about American football, because we got a couple more weeks and preseason starts, although preseason sucks and it really doesn't start till September. And if you are ready for some football, I know I got a few Packers fans out there. I know you guys. I've been reading the comments. I just haven't responded to them yet, but I know who you are. But what's your favorite team? What is your favorite team? Obviously, you guys probably know by now. Amy's and Addison's. And Amy's whole side of Amy's family is Browns fans, Cleveland Browns, and I am a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. But leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the football season coming up, who your pick is, who your team is, and yeah, so that's the comment that I want you to leave today. Better get on that. You know you're going to get homework. Watch this vlog, you get some homework. How about that? Yeah, that's what happens when I'm in school. All right, guys, so I will see you tomorrow. I almost have the wedding video long form done. It's going to be about a half an hour, so I'm not going to post it, but it's awesome. I love it. I might post a little clip of the intro because I totally changed it up from what I did the short form. So it's basically, in essence, not only is it like 3 times as long, it's a totally different concept. So I love the intro and what I did, and yeah, so I might do that. And okay, so I'm going to go now, and goodbye.